Good evening. Welcome to another episode of the Dugout. We are just 2 days away from the all-important fourth Test match that will be played at Manchester, Old Trafford, a ground where India doesn't boast of an outstanding record. But there's plenty to talk about 2 days heading into the Test match, and things aren't really ideal when you're going to be discussing injuries. So that's not the ideal scenario or best case scenario for any team. But unfortunately, that's where India find themselves in, with multiple injury worries. There have been a few replacements. There have been players that have been ruled out. And so that's why whatever has happened in the practice session is kind of given us a clue of what the Indian team would be doing. We've heard from the two camps as well. Harry Brook came for the English team, and you had Mohammed Siraj come from the Indian camp and talk about a few things leading into the Test match. Before we dive into who might play or not, and as you know, 2 days before the Test match, we try and put together the best possible 11 for India. Now that we know who is really available and who's not, I'll hand over to my colleague Siddharth, who will first tell us, since he's been watching all the visuals that Rahul has sent us from England, what happened in the practice session.
I think to begin with, it was usual, batting practice for the Shubman Gill and company, who actually looked, as determined as ever. One thing that really caught my attention was Anshul Kamboj bowling in tandem with Jasprit Bumrah and Mohammed Siraj. Although Siraj, all but confirmed that Bumrah is going to play this test. But Kamboj bowling in tandem with Siraj and Bumrah, I think that does speak a lot. Obviously, Thakur and Prasidh Krishna, they also had their sessions. But then the trio of Bumrah, Siraj and Anshul Kamboj, I think this does give an indication that you're going to have more swinging conditions in Manchester, and that's why you have drafted Anshul Kamboj, who is pretty much a master.
How does bowling
swinging
together tell you anything about
I think it does,
No, because my coverage of things, bowlers are always spread out. Like different bowlers are bowling at any time. So 3 bowlers, like for example, a lot of time where there'll be a spinner's net and Kuldeep is not playing all this while. He is bowling alongside Jadeja and all. That doesn't in any way tell you who's going to be playing. So 3 sets of bowlers are put in one net, and then you'll have few different sets of bowlers. Also, bowlers are rotated. So batting, I understand you get to know the ones who get chances at the start that they are going to be, but bowling, they spread it out. So I don't think that, eventually they play Kamboj or not is another thing, but I'm just saying in terms of how they distribute bowlers is very random.
I think it's just
based on so they divide a spinning net, a fast bowling net, and fast bowlers are just rotated. So what you do is genuinely 2 quick bowlers won't be put together. They spread them out so that, let's say, one half-hour net session is done and those bowlers take a break. The next guy who comes down to bat should not get a quick bowler also to face. So you can't have like a set of bowler, like these are my 3 main bowlers who bowl now. So to spread it out, so every batter who comes out and play gets equal amount of bowlers or good bowlers. So
yeah, absolutely. Just that, what I was looking at it from a perspective was that you already have a couple of established bowlers in your lineup. So usually when I see the practice sessions, I understand that everyone needs to have that required amount of training, but when you know that who would be your sure shot starters and who is actually accompanying them as far as bowling in tandem is concerned, I was just looking at it from that perspective, because
that's what I'm saying. The first set of bowlers doesn't tell you these are your first set of bowlers that play.
Okay.
In fact, your first set of bowlers, you'll divide them into 3 different sets so that there is one good bowler in every batting session. So
fact, Anshul Kamboj bowling so much, I just treat something completely opposite of what Gulati sir has said. 2 days into the Test match, I would not want my mainstay bowler to bowl so much in the nets, keeping in mind that I want him be fresh. That is also something I've seen over the years.
I'm saying forget all this. I don't want to speculate. I just want to know what has happened in the practice. Who all batted? So the 3 big questions that we want, first, did Rishabh Pant keep?
No, he was there for a batting session, but he wasn't there for a keeping session. At least that's what I could get from the visuals that were there.
Right. Next is, did Akashdeep bowl or not?
No bowling for neither Akashdeep nor Arshdeep Singh.
Arshdeep though is ruled out of the test match, so that
He
is
was a part of the practice camp, but no bowling session for him.
Yeah, mostly because there is question mark over an Akashdeep and his fitness.
Yeah.
He not bowling is another thing. In terms of a spinner, all spinners were out bowling. Kuldeep, Jadeja and Washington Sundar. Okay. What about Dhruv Jurel? Was he doing a lot of keeping? And
he was there for a batting session, but nothing from the wicket keeping perspective that I could gather.
But with Dhruv Jurel, one thing that I noticed, he was batting right after Rishabh Pant. So I'm just going by the logic that we've seen across so many years with the Indian team. They send in the batters in the batting order that they are expecting them to send in.
That also,
more or less,
pretty much more or less. Sometimes it's been misleading because we've been on that side
on the BGT. I think once.
No, many times it's happened that you think that they've sent it in.
No, why I'm reading even more into it, because what I saw was that it was KL Rahul, Shubman Gill and Yashasvi Jaiswal. After that there was Rishabh Pant and Dhruv Jurel, and then it was Washington Sundar. So I'm just the way I'm looking at it is that I'm just assuming that this is the exact batting order that could be there if these batters are playing.
All I'm saying is that I don't want anyone to just think that this is certain. A lot of time that has been misleading as well.
Yeah, true.
But do let them know.
That's exactly what I thought. I saw that after Shubman Gill, it was Dhruv Jurel who went, and it was Rishabh Pant who was batting. Shubman Gill, Yashasvi Jaiswal, KL Rahul. Then there was Rishabh Pant, Dhruv Jurel, and then Washington Sundar was entering. That much is what I could see in the visuals. That is why I'm just assuming that if these batters are set to play, then this is the exact batting order in which they will obviously go. But one more thing, I think this injury situation might just be a blessing in disguise for Rishabh Pant's wicket keeping thing, because now anyways more or less you might have to draft in a Dhruv Jurel as a batter, because if in place of Nitish Reddy you're going for a batter, it could very well be a Dhruv Jurel. So in that sense, maybe the Indian team now does not need to look at the fact that if Rishabh Pant can keep the wickets or not, because anyways they are getting in a Dhruv Jurel. So if Dhruv Jurel is there, he anyways can keep wickets.
No, but Dhruv Jurel is coming in only because Rishabh cannot keep the wickets.
I'm saying, I'm assuming if Rishabh Pant can keep the wickets, then if Nitish Kumar Reddy got out because of the injury, you might have to get in a pure batter, and that pure batter could be Dhruv Jurel.
No, I don't think so. They could have gotten, at least with certain reports they could have been looking at a Shardul Thakur also to get in place of Nitish. So there's no certainty with that. We don't know whether that's
the visual we're getting right now where Rishabh Pant's resumed keeping.
Okay, so that's an interesting update then. So Rishabh Pant, by the way, that is the latest update that you've gotten, that Rishabh Pant was keeping in the net, and that I think in itself is a big indication, because if Rishabh was injured and unlikely to keep, you would have not had him practice today. Maybe you would have waited right till the eve of the test match to take that call. The fact that he's keeping 2 days in advance, that means his finger is good enough to keep. Anyway, I heard Rahul the other day, who was reporting from UK, and he mentioned that he had seen the finger, and this is 3-4 days ago, he had seen Rishabh's finger, and it was nothing much, with just little bit of a mark there left. So basically that healed about 3-4 days ago only. I'm not saying it was good enough for him to be keeping, but it had kind of healed few days ago. So I'm guessing with 3-4 more days gone, it's much better. So that's the first update, and that's the big question that I had in mind. Did Rishabh Pant keep or not? And that gives us a lot of clarity. So Rishabh Pant keeping and doing his drills in practice tells you a lot. And then coming back to Jurel, I think there is a possibility that you can get in a Jurel for even if Rishabh was keeping, you can get in a Jurel for a Nitish Kumar Reddy, but that opens up an option of even going with Shardul. Some might say even get a Kuldeep and you have 2 all-rounders. Options are multiple. The Indian team has many players there. But as soon as you got to know that Pant is not keeping, then it was a no-brainer. Jurel has to come in. That forces your hand, and you have to bring in a Jurel. So, but right now Pant is keeping. Okay.
As far as the slip coordinates confirmed, it's Karun Nair at first, KL at second, and then you have Shubman Gill, right? First one is Karun Nair only.
But he's been outstanding in
Yeah.
this.
Clear. No, that also in a way gives an indication that maybe he might be getting another opportunity in the playing 11.
Yeah, but as you heard from, I think, Shubman Gill after the last test match, where he had said 12 players is what we're looking at, and I think those are the ones that are going to contribute. It just gave you an indication that you're going with Karun Nair. I don't know what everyone thinks about Karun Nair, but I was quite 50-50 on it. So even if you played him, that's fine, not too many issues, because I said once you drop him, it's going to be a big call, and that probably ends his career. So maybe give him one more chance. But even if you had dropped him and not played him, I'd still be okay with that, because he got those 6 innings and hasn't really stepped up. But I think with the Indian team, with injuries which will force their hand and they'll have to make a change or two, I don't think they want to go on next step and show that there is a lot of panic and change the entire 11. So that will also kind of help a Karun Nair retain his place going forward in this particular series. Okay, that's what we're getting to know from Manchester. The other thing that you've gotten to know, again, overcast conditions, and we've had that now for multiple days. Yesterday, the Indian team could not practice. They had to do an indoor practice because it was raining. Luckily, today the rain gods have been kind, and so they've had practice sessions. Now to the press conference. So what is it that Siraj has confirmed?
He's all but confirmed that Bumrah is going to play. Like he said that jitna main janta hu, Jassy is going to play.
So okay, that's another bit of confirmation that you're getting. Jasprit Bumrah is going to be playing. But I guess if you looked at the place that India finds themselves in this series, with being 2-1 down, I think you had no option but to play him, Jasprit Bumrah. That's one. And secondly, I think now with a few injury concerns as well, as I said, you don't want to make too many changes, so you'd have to play. So Jasprit Bumrah is playing. Siraj has confirmed. Did he confirm about anybody else?
No, I think from what I heard about of Siraj's press conference, I think he lavished praise on Ben Stokes, that he's an inspiration, bowling 10 overs on the trot multiple times in the Lord's Test. And he also spoke about his batting in the Lord's Test, that he was pretty disappointed with what happened, that dismissal. But now he also specifically focused on the fact that the lower order is trying to make sure that they contribute as much as they can. So that's the thing.
No, he doesn't need any inspiration, because Mohammed Siraj being the workhorse. In fact, he was asked that, what really drives you in that press conference. And he said that, when you're playing for your country, you don't need any other motivation. And secondly, he said, maybe I'm blessed with some good genes in terms of how he can bowl over after over. So he said, I know people talk about workload management, and that's very interesting, because workload management, so he said, those are people with science background, it's their job to talk about workload. All I know is that I have to keep bowling, and I don't look at workload. I'm maybe in that sense blessed with some good fitness naturally, so that allows me to bowl non-stop, and of course playing for the country then. That also answers the question that Siraj is playing, because not that there was any doubt over his position in the team, but there were again questions whether you need to manage his workload as well. He's been bowling non-stop, so he's given you an indication that he's also 100% playing this test match. So those are few important news items that we've learned from Manchester. Rishabh Pant has been keeping. Dhruv Jurel had an extended batting session. You've had Siraj confirm that Bumrah is playing, and Siraj, by coming for the press conference, has also kind of confirmed that there is no workload management being looked at for Siraj, so he's also definitely going to be playing the game. Let's dive into what we've come here for then, if you have anything to add other than that.
No, I think that's pretty much.
Which is Team 11.
But one thing that was pretty funny, Harry Brook was asked about the points that England have been dogged, for their slow over it. So he's like, I wasn't even aware of it.
But I don't doubt it. I don't think he's saying it, because England in the past have also really not bothered about these things. Like, they've not made the WTC final. They've got the WTC final to host for many years.
They've been docked points in the past as well.
Yeah, but I can buy what Harry Brook is saying without saying. He's just saying it for the heck of it. He genuinely wouldn't have known, because they've been concentrating on winning a test match so much that they've ignored this, and it clearly tells you that the team's don't really discuss that. Maybe this comes into discussion when you're closer to the cutoff mark, then they talk about points now. But because it's the start of the cycle, there's a long way to go. I think you have to win series more importantly rather than think about a point or two. So I think he said. But what I also liked about his press conference was that, not liked, but what I noticed is that more than the English team, it is the English media that is far more charged up and confident or in a fiery mood than the English team themselves, because I heard the questions and they were so suggestive. And so, for example, how are you feeling after you've rattled India in that last? I remember the word. That's the question he was asked. And in fact, Harry Brook was far more. He's like, no, I don't think like we've rattled them or anything. They gave a good fight. It was a close test match. We are happy that we won. So, I mean, what it was like rhetorical questions, basically. So that, I mean, that just reiterates the point that I speak about the English media as well. They are far more in a combative mode than even their team. The only thing I think which Harry Brook mentioned, which was interesting, is that he did say that what happened on that day when it was 2 versus 11, he says that may have helped us perform better in the test match from there on. So he said that we did discuss that, 2 people versus 11, coming on to us, and it wasn't a great side, though he said it was a great spectacle and how the test match has been playing going forward. But he did mention that has kind of helped him really or helped the team really go on from there. But I just hope that the Indian team doesn't really back down. I love that version of the Indian team. I hope that that's something that we get to see in the next test match as well. Anything, Harshit? Are you here with us today, or?
Yeah, just I've been an observer today because
why?
Yeah, let's just get down to business. Maybe get into the 11s and this whatever.
It's going to be a lot of fun there.
News bits that we needed. I think
let's get to the 11s, and I think one thing that Pawan has done, and maybe I think he's right in doing so, that he has written the 4 confirmed players that are going to be there in India's 11 for the Manchester test. Yashasvi Jaiswal, KL Rahul, Shubman Gill, the captain, and Rishabh Pant, the vice captain. Although there is a wicket keeper in front of Pant's name, whether that's going to remain or not after we all have discussed our 11.
Because you missed one thing. That's why he's written. You must see his headline, what Pawan has done.
Yeah, if Pant can keep.
Yeah, so that's why he's written wicket keeper.
I didn't. Yeah, thank you.
That's why I'm saying you're underestimating Pawan and his acumen.
Pawan,
he has written that. So do you have another option for us, Pawan, or is this? See, what is the other option we have?
Oh, lovely.
See,
that's nice.
He's come more prepared than you guys today at the dugout. Thank you, Pawan, for
Lesson
being one step ahead of us. So that's why he's got 2 options, because I think what Pawan has done, and I'm just second guessing, I think that's Pawan's motive, is that what he's tried to do is that for fitness, we've kind of now know who's fit and who's not fit based on whatever we are picking up from the ground. But whether Pant keeps or not, that's something that I guess none of us can have a definite answer. Yes, we've got a clue with the fact that Rishabh Pant was keeping today, and I think that's a major clue. We've also got a clue in Dhruv Jurel having an extended batting session. So you can look at it anyway, but that's something that is beyond our control, so we don't know. But assuming rest of them are fit and available, we'll try and make a 11 based on that. So let's make the one when he can't keep first. I think that will be more interesting to make. So assuming Pant is not keeping, then what happens to your team? So
of
course
we'll be making both the teams.
We'll make both teams. So
that will be even more
because what happens is your team, let's say your ideal team, whatever that might be, and suddenly I tell you Pant is not keeping, that might change, or I tell you Pant is keeping, that might change. So
even more interesting.
Yeah, whichever way you make the team, or our viewers who make the team, or I make the team, a lot of it will change once we know Pant can keep or not. You can, if let's say if I tell you on the eve of the match that Pant is keeping, you are still open to have a Jurel play. That's entirely your pick of the team. But this is beyond your control. So we're trying to see, even if he can't keep, Pawan is in the team, so you can have Pant at number 5 because
maybe some of us don't have him if he's not keeping, because I remember we had this debate when Ravi Shastri had made
Okay,
that
fine.
comment. Yeah.
But why I said, and that's fine, you cannot have him. But what 100%, and that's what I want to make a distinction between that, is that he's going to bat for sure. Is that something that, because he's been batting in the nets, he batted in that test match and his conditions only improved. So there's no way that Pant, the batter, is not available. That's fine.
Yeah.
You cannot
so we can add his name once we...
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Fine. You're free to not have him.
Although I would have, because I remember Gulati sir had mentioned that maybe he doesn't play.
Sure.
Pant
Yeah,
if
I
he's
mean,
not keeping.
it's
I was actually referring to that Ravi Shastri's comment.
that's right.
Yeah.
so that's fine, because so if let's say Ravi Shastri was making his 11 right now and we said Pant can't keep, and that's forced because of an injury, then he may not have him in the 11. That's fair enough. Maybe one of us also has that idea. Okay, Shashwat, you want to go first? Go with your team. Now imagine you're the captain, you have to field an 11, but you've been told by the training or the physio that Pant is not fit enough to be keeping.
So we go by position or...
Yeah, just do your batting at least. Till, I think do till 8. So number 3, firstly, this is your team. So you are also
Sai
allowed
Sudarshan at 3 for me.
Okay, great. So Shashwat doesn't have Karun Nair. He'd like to go with a Sai. Okay. So at number 3, he has Sai. Done. Okay.
At 5, I have Pant.
You will play Pant.
Pant.
Even if Pant is not keeping, you will have him. Okay.
Then I will have Jurel, who will be my keeper.
Okay.
Of course.
No option.
No other option. Yeah, exactly. Then at 7, I'd have Shardul.
Okay.
No, sorry, Jadeja and Shardul.
That doesn't matter. You can have.
Yeah.
So basically, you've then got a Shardul for Nitish Kumar Reddy in your, because that is one change all of us will have to make since Nitish is.
And Thakur.
Okay. So we'll keep it. We'll get to the bowlers.
This will be my team, assuming Pant is not keeping.
Okay, Gulati, what have you got for us?
At 3, similar to that of Shashwat, Sai Sudarshan.
Okay.
Pant at 5, Jurel at 6.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Jadeja at 7. And it will be Washington Sundar at 8.
Okay. Yeah. So then most likely your team then will have three fast bowlers also. So what that will do to your team is you won't have a 6th bowling option. You will have 5 bowling options.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's got Jadeja
at 7, Washi at 8.
Washi at 8. Okay.
What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to stick with Karun Nair, and the reason for that being, I possibly thought that 3rd test match, if he doesn't perform, you're going to be pulling the plug on him. But the fact that your hand is forced, you're dealing with injuries right now, so many things that have been forced on you, maybe in that regard you don't want to add one more change into the mix. If these injuries weren't there, probably you could have looked at moving on. But moving on from Karun Nair is saying him goodbye from Test cricket forever. So maybe you're looking at keeping him for the 3rd match, so that for 4th match, so that there's some consistency from the 3rd match over to the 4th match. So Karun retains his spot. At number 5, I will have a Rishabh Pant who will bat for me. 6, I'll have Jurel. 7, Jadeja. 8, even though Manchester, I'd be tempted to bring back a Shardul Thakur, but I'm just factoring in how this Indian team operates, and I'm fine. Let's say it's not a make or break for me.
It's not about the team, it's your team, Harshit.
I remember, but the last time we did this exercise, we did take into consideration some manner in which the Indian team operates.
Yeah, I'm telling you, India likes to have batting.
Exactly.
Period.
So I'm just taking that into consideration. Also because you can you can come up with reasons to have both or not have both. So I'm just factoring in how this Indian team will go about it. Otherwise, I've gone with what I like over here. Just the one consideration I'm having is at number 8, and there I feel it'll be Washington Sundar who retains his place as well. So Shardul doesn't come back. It's Jadeja and
it's Jadeja.
Yeah, that's what.
Sorry.
It's in place of Thakur, there is Jadeja.
Yes.
You had Jadeja at 7 and Sundar. Okay. So that's pretty much the team that Siddharth has made, I guess. You've gone with
Just
But
one change,
number
yeah.
3 is different.
you just have had one change. Okay, that's interesting. So remember, just a reminder for those of you who are joining us now, we're going to make 2 likely 11s on our choices based on the fact that if Pant is keeping or not. What we have learned from Manchester is that Pant was keeping today, but still a call hasn't been taken in terms of whether he'll be there or not. So this 11 is if in a scenario that India's hand is forced and Rishabh Pant is not available to keep, what is the team going to be like? And so for me, number 3, I'm going to stick with Karun Nair. But I mean, as I said, for multiple reasons. One, whenever I drop him, end of his career, so I want to keep that in mind. And secondly, because I'll be making 1 or 2 changes already, I don't want to, change my 11. That's like panic stations. I don't want to be showing the opposition that at all. So there, for me also Pant at 5, doesn't matter whether he keeps or not, Pant the batter I need. I don't know why Shashwat, we were putting all Pant here, but he said no, don't put. What if somebody, he himself has taken Pant and everyone else has taken Pant? We would have saved time.
No, but Gulati said that day, so I thought that everybody should have their options open.
No.
That's
Valid
why.
point.
That is the only reason, yeah.
I'm just joking, and who knows, we don't have Ravi Shastri amidst us. If he was here, he would have not
I was
had
that day also, I said 110%, even if he has 1 finger less, I'm going to play him at 5.
Yeah.
No matter.
And obviously now if I have Pant in my team and I do not have a wicket keeper, I have no option but not to have a Dhruv Jurel. So Dhruv Jurel has to come in as my wicket keeper at number 6. So till now, it seems like, pretty standard. All of
We've
you
had
would
3
have,
different teams till now. At the moment, your team looks closer to the one that I have because these guys have gone with Sai. Let's see if you can give us a 4th different team, and that you can.
Should I tell you? I am giving you a 4th different team.
Go ahead.
Let's go.
So, and I'll give you my logic for that. So what I've done is, at number 7, I have a Sundar.
And 8 you have Thakur.
Yeah, and you're dropping Jadeja.
We'll see. I'll tell you. I don't think any
just
of you
get
got,
this feeling.
and if you, none of you have got it right. So at number 7, I have a Sundar, and now my team completely changes. At number 8, I have Kuldeep. Okay, Kuldeep Yadav, and I'll tell you why I've gone with that particular team compared to every other team. Now see, I know that the Indian team, the reason Indian team has been making their team is because they want to find the right balance between batting and bowling. That's why they've been making a few changes. Now what has happened is that my one all-rounder option has gone out because he's injured in Nitish Kumar Reddy. Now I have to fill that slot. Okay, now many can say, why did you not then go with Shardul Thakur? Now what that does is does not give me the balance that Indian team has desired so much. So what has happened is that because now Pant is not keeping, my hand is forced, I get a Jurel. Now Jurel is an out and out batter for me, and a more accomplished batter I would say than all of your all-rounders. So I've got now, so my batting has got that cushion. Okay, now my bowling needs cushion. Now I have to balance my bowling because Nitish Kumar Reddy is out. How do I balance my bowling? Now my bowling needs cushion. Now I need, because I don't have 6 bowling option, I need 5 bowlers who can pick 20 wickets for me, and I need each of those bowlers who has picked up wickets in the series so far. So I'll finish my 11 and that will give you an idea. So I need every bowler now to chip in. The only reason I've taken Jadeja, and everyone will say that how have you taken Jadeja out? He was your most outstanding player, and I completely agree. But he was my outstanding player with the bat. But now my batting cushion has come because a Jurel has come in. Now I need bowlers. Now I can't even have one bowler who doesn't give me wicket. Unfortunately, Jadeja has given me 2 wickets in 3 test matches. Now imagine if I had a Jadeja as well, and now one bowling option in Nitish Kumar Reddy is also gone, and I've got a Jadeja who till now has not picked me wickets. Then I'm only left with 4 bowlers now to pick me 20 wickets. I want 5 because I can't get 6. I want 5. Now Sundar has shown, whether you like it or not, he's proven us wrong by picking up a lot of wickets. So he has to be there. Kuldeep is the other bowler who I think on a given day, because not every day you will have. So I need each bowler who can give me a 5 wicket haul or a 4 wicket haul on a given day. Sundar has shown that he's done it in this series, so I can't keep him out. Kuldeep is that other bowler who I think can on a given day pick you 4-5 wickets. And then my 3 fast bowlers will be the 3 fast bowlers who in this series at some point or the other have picked 10 wickets in a match or 5 wickets in an inning or 6 wickets in an inning. So now I'm going with 5 bowlers because I don't have no 6th option who can pick me 20 wickets. The only problem is as soon as I put a Jadeja there, my batting will become strong, no doubt. But then how do I pick those 20 wickets if it's a flat track like Manchester with 4 bowlers? That's not going to happen for me. That is why I went with this. So my 3 fast bowlers, and then we can go this way now with our bowlers. My 3 fast bowlers, assuming everyone is available. I do not know where everyone is. So I'll put in let's say a Bumrah, who now has been confirmed. So he's again a bowler who can win me a match single-handedly. Next is Siraj, who is another bowler who in this series has shown me that he can pick a 5-wicket haul or whatever, 7-8 wickets in a match. And last is AajTak. Considering if he's fit, he picked me 10 wickets in a test match, so I know he's a wicket taker. I go with him. In case AajTak is not fit now, just you can write Akash only. So if he's not fit, then I'll have to. No, I go with Prasidh Krishna. How will I go for somebody who's come from the outside? I'll have to play a bowler who's been in the scheme of things. And anyway, I think Gill gave us an indication. He's not going to be looking outside the 12. So I have a feeling that they might go with Prasidh.
Okay.
So at least, but now I'm going with.
Go with a slash over there at number 11.
No, that's fine. If he's dropped, then it's beyond our hand or whoever comes in. So that's the reason I've been forced to drop Jadeja. Not that I want to, but because I have to get that 20 wickets as well as batting, so I've done that.
Okay, +1 to what Nikhil has.
The 3 fast bowlers.
The 3 fast bowlers.
So what is anybody else who's got
again,
3 fast bowlers? Assuming all are fit.
All are fit, yeah. That's the one that you go with. Otherwise, since we're not doing slashes here, I think slashes everyone could have had a different, But first choice, I think,
Similar.
AajTak, unless of course somebody has.
And even if
another name.
AajTak is deemed unfit, then I would go with the Prasidh Krishna.
I'd anyways go with Anshul Kamboj, so that's the only change that I have.
Yeah, but then that is in case if somebody is not fit. We've
No,
not
I'm
been
saying
told.
any case.
No, so then your team is
then
different.
you need a
Then
change.
That's what I'm saying. That the only difference that I have Bumrah Siraj and I'll have Anshul Kamboj.
So even if Akash is fit,
even if Akash is fit,
Akash,
I'll
For
go.
what reasons for that, Sashwat?
The only reason is I feel that conditions are really suited to. Since the very beginning, I have been in favor of a bowler who can really swing the ball, who's naturally
That's
a
Akashdeep
person.
as well.
No, but Anshul Kamboj still gives me a lot more assurance. Akashdeep in the
Assurance from where? Is he played a test
No,
match?
he's played in the A tour, na? He took 10 wickets.
A
there.
tour to Sarfraz got 100.
Yeah, but if left to me, I'll have him in my 11 also.
Arey,
Now that Anshul Kamboj is...
Karun Nair got a double 100.
I'll have him in the team where Jurel can't.
My
play.
point is, I can't believe somebody who's never played a test match is giving you more confidence than someone who's
somebody
played. And
he
forget
won
it.
the test match.
He's picked 20 wickets, 10 wickets in a
wickets.
test match.
won you the test match.
He looked really off color in the second test match. I do understand everything, and he's somebody who really plays around with the seam as well. I'd want to play Anshul Kamboj because I feel that he's a little more suited to the conditions over here. That is why since the very beginning I've wanted AajTak to be in the 11. Now that he's not there, he's like for like. Anshul Kamboj is a like for like in that sense as far as their bowling style is is there. So that is why I'll go with Anshul Kamboj.
He's player who's not played a test match is giving him more. Then you should. It's like it should be Sai Sudarshan gave them more confidence before he played a test ahead of.
He played na.
But then you had issues with that.
No. I had no issues from Sai.
Of course.
I had problems with Karun Nair. Not just Karun Nair,
But
other
then
batters
he,
also.
he showed in the 8 tour he got a double 100.
Yeah. So
Different
he's
strokes
still
for
there in
different
my-
folks, I must
No,
say.
why? Then also I said that maybe in place of Karun Nair or anybody, he could have been in the side as an extra batting option. He can also keep wickets on occasions we have seen in the past.
How does that even help? Either you believe. See, I think Anshul Kamboj may have a fantastic future for India. He should. But to drop a bowler who's picked 10 wickets in a test match before this, based on India A game, if it had happened, again as I said, if it happened to anybody else as well, as a batter bowler, I would be up in arms. And if I was up in arms for anybody else, I should be here as well. I mean, least I can't be because I like one person. and go with
that's
it.
not-
No, I'm not saying with
Yeah.
you. With me, sometimes you like somebody as well.
It's not about liking.
That's
I
fine.
just feel
It's
it's
your
more
team.
suited to conditions. I feel Siraj, Akashdeep.
Arey, that
Yeah.
he's not played in England for you to even know what is suited and what is
Yeah,
not.
that is what I feel. That is why I'll have Anshul.
Okay,
come on
done.
in
That's
my
it.
11.
It's your team, so you're allowed to do it, whatever you. So this is the team that we've tried to make, assuming Rishabh Pant cannot keep. Okay. Now let's turn our attention to if Rishabh Pant can keep, because we've been witness to those pictures that have come in from Manchester where Rishabh Pant is keeping. And if you ask me personally, I have a gut feeling that he might keep.
Yeah,
I have a
same.
gut. I could be wrong. They may still get a Jurel, but I have a gut feeling. So it looks like that this 11 that we make with Rishabh Pant available as a
closer.
keeper would probably be the 11 that India would go with. So I think we've already gotten our number 3 done. Some had gone with Karun
that
Nair.
remains the same.
Yeah,
That has
some had
nothing
gone
to do
with,
with Pant. So
yes.
yeah.
So Harshit and me have got Karun, whereas Siddharth and Shashwat have got. No, he'll do it. That's fine. So he's got Karun for the 2 of us and Sai for the remaining 2. Okay. So that is sorted. Now to our number 6, and I think this is where things will change. Okay, who wants to start?
I'll go
Okay.
with Karun Nair at 6.
Ooh,
Yeah.
interesting.
So, see, obviously I had a couple of options in mind.
Why
so,
not a Jurel there then?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to get to. The point here is that for me, Karun Nair only gets a chance if Rishabh Pant is not fit to keep wickets. That's the point. For Karun Nair, let's say if Pant is fit enough here, then only I'm going to give Karun Nair a last chance, because see, I can still have another batting option here. It can be Dhruv Jurel. For that matter, even I can promote Washington Sundar at number 6. They can be Ravindra Jadeja at number 7. I can have 4 fast bowlers also at that from 8 to 11. But knowing that you would want to strengthen your batting, and going by the logic that you guys have also said that if you have already given Karun Nair a total of 6 innings, why don't just give him one more test, and if he does well there, great, he continues, and if he doesn't, you already have a couple of options waiting in the wings. There is Sai Sudarshan is there, there's Sarfaraz Khan who just scored 100 against England Lions a month back. So for me, if he has to be given a last chance, it can only be given if Pant is fit enough to keep wickets, and that way I also lengthen my batting.
Fair enough. His team. Okay, you can do 7 and 8 as well.
Okay, I'll go with Jadeja at 7 and Sundar at 8.
Jadeja at 7. Okay. Yes, Shashwat.
Very simple. Just one change from the team where Rishabh Pant could keep or couldn't keep. I had Jurel over there because I needed a keeper as Rishabh Pant wasn't about to keep. So now Karun Nair again slots back in for me. Same reason, I think I'd want to give him one more chance. If there was a situation where Rishabh Pant wasn't able to keep the wickets, then I had to forcefully get in a Dhruv Jurel, and then I would have been left with no other option. At number 3, I don't see Karun Nair being able to leave his mark. Number 6 maybe where it all started from him again, and for India, that is where I'd want him to give him his last opportunity, and if he makes the most out of it, that'll be best. But the remaining team for me remains the same.
So you've got Jadeja and you've got a
Jadeja,
Shardul
Shardul,
Thakur.
yes.
So basically Washi is out of your team.
Washi is out
no
of
matter
my
what. Okay, Jadeja and okay, Thakur. I'm just
Because-
feeling a bit
because-
worried about your bowling, huh? You are only going in with, because Thakur, not too many people have confidence. I do.
Yeah.
You're actually just going with 3 bowlers now
Yeah.
who can win you a match by
Ideally-
the evidence of what we've seen.
But my only logic for Jadeja is then maybe this could be the last sort of a
no.
situation
Whatever the
for
logic,
Jadeja.
I'm not. Your team.
Ideally in my team, I'd want to get in a Washington Sundar or a Kuldeep Yadav at that position. But my only reason I'm going with Jadeja is that I'd want to see him for the one last time, give him that opportunity. Otherwise, just let go of Jadeja from tests as a whole.
Okay, so
That is why.
okay. But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
your team and it could be different. Who knows? Jadeja picks up a 5 for all you know. By the way, just so that everyone knows, interestingly, I was seeing you get data in terms of amount of turn, and in the last few years, Manchester has been the place where spinners have got the maximum amount of turn for any English pitch. Of course, it has overhead conditions as well, and that's why playing 11 is going to be very interesting. But let's see. I mean, how India finds the right balance, and that's the exercise that we're doing, trying to pick the 11 to get the right balance, keeping in mind what is it that the Indian team likes. Okay, Harshit, your turn.
I'm very tempted to have a Jurel despite Pant being around as well.
Your team, do whatever you want.
And I think I'm very tempted to take the gamble of playing a bowler shot, because I just feel these are going to be conditions which are going to be very helpful. So you might just be good with 4 bowlers as well. So who knows? So I'm going to go with Jurel here as well, because you don't have lower order batting. I will then go with Jadeja and Shardul Thakur.
Okay, Jadeja and Shardul, and then your.
I'll go with the 3 fast bowlers as the previous.
So you are then again also going with just 3 bowlers. Many might say.
One change in our team that you have Jurel, I have Karun.
Yeah, but your combination is much like what Shashwat is.
Same,
Yeah,
there's
the
just one
combinations, yeah,
difference.
the same.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
in
I'm
the
saying
11,
combination in terms of
but
balance.
because
It's pretty
see, for number 6 Karun doesn't make sense to me, which is why I'm having a Jurel who's actually played at number 6 for you. Karun Nair all those years back would have, but that double ton that was just mentioned, that also came batting at number 3. So he's domestic cricket as well. He's been batting not lower than 3-4. So to me, it doesn't make sense to have him bat at number 7 or number 6.
Yeah, but as I said, the only thing I fear is like a bit weak on the bowling fronts, and
I'm
India
just
has insisted
factoring on the conditions over here.
But
factoring
the
on
Indian team is insisted that they want to take 20 wickets, and if you remember the first Test match, India struggled to.
I'm saying here at least we believe in Shardul Thakur, and that's why he's playing also. And
Yeah, but I'm saying you're
assuming
not
that he's a
saying-
wicket taker. As from the Indian perspective, the Indian team has been playing with 3 fast bowlers.
But I'm just saying, we said we are going to be mindful of what the team also does. So you may have full faith, but the team generally has not shown that much faith.
But the
in
team
him.
anyways has been showing faith in just 3 fast bowlers. Those wicket takers.
But no.
Nitish Reddy is bowling also.
Because I heard Ranton Doshkate, Mone Mockle say it's a very underrated. We rate him very highly as a bowler. So I'm saying you may think differently. I may think differently, but I'm just saying from the team's point of view. And so they thought that they have enough wicket-taking options. And to be fair to Nitish Kumar Reddy, in that first innings of that Test match in Lords, he did look like the best seam bowler. Who thought we would be saying that as well about Nitish Reddy, but it was true. So let's not deny that. Okay, so my team
Can I just before we move on to you, I'll just make one change in fact over here. At number 8 in front, since you mentioned that point about there being additional turn in Manchester, at number 8 I'll go in with a Washi.
Okay.
So I get 3 seamers and I get 2 spin bowling options as well. Gives me 5 options. Playing conditions good for bowling. I think I'm comfortable and I get batting till 8 as well.
And I also make one change. In place of Jadeja, I'll go in with Kuldeep.
Suddenly
You have
don't have
batting
to pay.
until 6 only then.
No,
till 6.
7. Thakur will come in at 7, no?
Yeah. So you want to swap over there? Okay.
Ooh, doesn't happen, huh? This is now. See how tough it is to get the right balance. And you go after the Indian team. Imagine this is the discussion.
You just
Gambhir,
said that bowling
Gambhir, Ajit, Shubman, all must be sitting on the eve of the game and debating like this and trying to get Thakur at 7 and Kuldeep at 8, please, Pawan, because then that will at least be a truer representation of Shashwat's team. So this is what happens when you discuss. Then you get an idea of how the team is going to be. Okay,
It's
imagine
difficult finding a wrong team or a wrong answer in these situations.
No, yeah. But so imagine, by the way, just to let you know before I get to my team, this is a team we are making where Pant is keeping. And even though Pant is keeping, my 3 colleagues here have gone with a batter still at 6. So it doesn't matter for them if he keeps or not. They're happy having a batter. So I don't think if Pant is not keeping it anyway hurts their team. My team is quite different to this, because now once I know that Rishabh Pant is keeping, then at 6 I have Jadeja, at 7 I have Washington Sundar, at 8 I have Shardul Thakur, and this is what the Indian team has been
So
wanting
you're
to do.
in a way playing Jadeja as a batter more.
No, I'm not doing anything. I've just made one change because I made a like-for-like replacement. Nitish Kumar Reddy is out.
So you've got
all-rounder.
Jadeja.
I've got a
And a
shot.
batting all-rounder. you
So
mean.
no Kuldeep for you then?
No. How would Kuldeep be? Did he play last Test match?
No, you had Kuldeep in your 11.
But
if
that is
Pant
because-
cannot keep.
yeah,
That's why I
because
was
then-
just
Because
asking,
Jurel
yeah.
anyways
Because
was coming
Jurel
in,
had come in.
yeah.
No.
Fine, yeah.
See, what I've done, my team is the least that I have troubled what the team is
No,
like.
but I anticipated you having Kuldeep. Irrespective of whether Pant keeps or not.
But I had Kuldeep because I told once a out and out batter has come in Jurel. Now, if I don't get I need a wicket taker who has to win me games. So that's why there's no reason to drop Jadeja after the match that he had last time. The only reason I drop him is because I need a bowler now to help me pick those 20 wickets, and he's not been that bowler. So now his contribution has been with the bat, but my bat was covered by Jurel. So that's why I made the change. But now that Pant is keeping, now I need my batting to be covered. At least that is what the Indian team has been thinking. So I've done actually nothing. It is exactly the team that played in Lords. I've made the least amount of change. The only thing happened because it has been forced with injury. Nitish Reddy has gone out because he is injured. And now thinking from the Indian team's point of view, where they needed a sixth bowling option who can also contribute with a bat, the slight change is Thakur is more of a bowler and a batter, and Nitish was more a batter and bowler. But if you look at Nitish's contribution in Lords, he kind of contributed in the manner that you expect Shardul Thakur to contribute. So I guess that is going to be Shardul's role, and that is what the Indian team is going to be looking at. So I've made no changes. Just because Nitish is injured, he's out. Shardul, the closest I have in terms of replacement to him, comes in, and that's my team. Done.
What I really liked about the two teams that we've made is that there's been no consensus. We've had different teams,
Yeah.
and I felt that our hand would be forced and we'd be forced
By
to
the way,
align.
one thing, sorry, I wanted you guys to make a change. Now, for those of you who are playing, only you are playing Jurel.
I'm playing
So
Jurel.
Jurel then can be a wicket keeper as well, if he's playing in the team.
If you want to ease.
So Pawan, in Harshit's case, if he's got both Pant and Jurel, despite the fact that Pant is available for keeping, Jurel will be his keeper, no, not Pant.
Yeah, because you want to be ensuring that he's even well taken care of for the fifth match.
Correct. Yeah. So those of you joining us right now, we made 2 11s. One.
However, I don't know how tempted I'll be for this because you gave a lot of buys in the previous match and it turned out to be the difference
Your team,
as well.
you pick.
But yeah, safety measure, I think I'll go with Jurel.
And you're managing Pant's workload as well.
Exactly.
Via that.
Yeah.
Because he's been keeping
He
first
can
2
be
test
then-
matches.
We had the main man in that 11, Abhimanyu Easwaran. We didn't even take his
No,
name.
I would have thought of it.
Yeah.
But once you decide to drop Karun Nair,
So next
There
choice
would
will
be
be for you, Abhimanyu
I would have
Easwaran?
done, and not from now,
Not-
even before the
Yeah,
series
yeah.
started. I told you, unlike you, I don't base without someone having played only, and I think that they have to come and they'll be amazing. I want to go with the line. So for me, you're right. So
You
see,
would have been okay
that is
playing him
what.
at 3.
Yes, I would have. See, if Karun is dropped,
Ahead of Sai.
yes. But because there's
because
a
Sai
logic.
was
No, I
dropped.
had a logic for Anshul. He is very talented, will have a great future. But if before him I have a bowler who's Akashdeep, who's done well, and he has to be next in line. Yes, if Akash is not fit, then I start looking. So how can I suddenly, based on my liking that there is potential and he'll be good? I have not seen that. I've seen a warm-up game and I've seen domestic cricket here in Ranji, but I haven't seen anything for me to make him go past Anshul. And that's what the Indian team did with Sai Sudarshan for Abhimanyu Easwaran. You saw potential somewhere and you thought he's good and you got him. And if you do that with Anshul, it'll be the same thing. So that is why next time something happens to Abhimanyu Easwaran, don't crib, because you have done the same for the bowlers. You have got someone to take a jump from here and come ahead. And that's what has happened to Abhimanyu Easwaran. Everyone got a jump because they saw potential in him.
And nobody saw potential in.
That's the thing.
Abhimanyu
So I would be. And again, as I think Sai Sudarshan might
don't
also
you
have
think
a
it-
bright future.
don't
He
you
could
think-
be a future of Indian Test
maybe
match.
there is-
He's
But
down on
without-
luck as well a bit
Who?
in this
No.
series. Abhimanyu Easwaran just down on luck in this because
Where
whatever.
luck?
No, because whatever evidence that you got in Australia, that told you that your opening pair was pretty much
Not
cast in
opening,
stone.
but he was being looked at number 3 as well.
See,
na?
ideally his slot.
He
would
was
have been to
batting
open.
middle order in the A game.
But ideally he should have been opening. If ever
But
he
if you're
got that
opening-
India cap, it should have been as an opener.
Yeah, but you still had him as an option at 3. No, you look at 1, 2, 3 is pretty much similar, and he was doing that in the India A game. My thing is that as soon as one number 3 slot opens up, the guy who's been always in the sideline waiting in the wings has to be given that chance. Correct. You've got Sai, great. He could be a future, but once you've given a few games like you've given Karun, I agree with it. You've given a few to Abhimanyu Ishwaran, not done well, fine, look past it. But he's not got that chance. Somebody or the other, like in Shashwat's team, Anshul Kamboj has come because of some potential. Somebody or the other has been bought over him and he's not got that chance. In Akashdeep's case, the good thing is at least he's given a chance. He's got the chance. But
with Abhimanyu Ishwaran, I don't know why now. I have always been a very big backer of him. I've always wanted him to get that India cap, play for India. But now somewhere down the line, I feel that maybe there is something that should be put and blamed on Abhimanyu Ishwaran as well. The only reason for that is, no, I'm telling you the reason also.
What is it to be blamed for?
No,
He's not carrying the drink bottles properly.
No. As in, there is some maybe.
He has to do something wrong on the field, na?
But something in the nets then, because my only reason for that.
Nets, yeah, this.
No. My only point is it's not just this management.
Then why
it's been happening
why
since
do you,
3 managements now.
Yeah, so why
nobody has seen. I'm
why
saying there are
do
so
you
many
raise your
people.
voice for Sarfraz? Then say maybe
Because this is the
because
first
this
time
is
that
what
it's
they
happening.
Said. No, they said that in the net's not good enough.
I'm saying this is the first management with Abhimanyu Ishwaran. It started with Virat Kohli and Ravi Shastri. Then it carried
first.
forward.
Sarfraz didn't get the chance for the longest time. Would not be called into the Indian team
but
despite him scoring.
it was in front
So
of
many times.
one team management. I'm saying, one team management did not see that potential in Sarfaraz. He did not get that opportunity. But with Abhimanyu Ishwaran, he was there when Ravi Shastri, Virat Kohli were there. Then he was there when Rohit Sharma, Rahul Dravid was there, and now he's also
So
there.
something is wrong in him, you're saying?
Has to be. These 3 managements have gone past him.
Please,
3 managements have gone past him.
I am not going to pass a judgment without.
I'm not
knowing.
passing a judgment.
You
I'm
are
just
saying
asking.
has to be?
No. I'm asking you that.
I don't know.
At the end of the day,
I told you. I don't know anything. I told you as I'm waiting for. If he's next in line, I'll give him a
But
chance.
he's always been next only in the line.
So what?
Never
So
been.
that does not mean that it's his fault, na? Is my point.
But they've called people from throughout the world. They've called people back into the squad. They've made middle order batters open, but they've never given him an opportunity.
So how does that make it right? My point is that.
It's not right, but I'm saying that there
You are
would be
saying it's
some
right
technical.
because 3 managements have done it, so it's his fault only.
No. There could be something there also. Is what I'm asking you.
That
there
I don't know.
could
I'm
it
not
be or
part of
not?
I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't carry the drink bottles properly. How
that
else will I
also he
judge
does
him?
properly.
How else will I judge him, Shashwat? I can only judge him when I see him on the
Or
field.
in the nets against the. Could be a possibility is what I'm just
So
asking.
many players look a shadow of themselves in the nets. That doesn't mean that.
KL Rahul always looks best in the nets.
When you're digging and you don't find oil, you don't say, okay, it's the oil's fault that it's not there. You're digging at the wrong place.
Unless Shashwat knows something,
No.
he's been doing,
No.
he's not telling us.
I
Maybe he
don't
knows
know his
something.
on-field things. I don't know.
You don't know. Then how
On-field
can you
things
say
I don't
with
know.
so much
I
surety?
might know other things, but on-field things I don't know what wrong he's doing exactly. That he's not getting an opportunity.
Okay, let's go. Question. Shubham Garg is saying, Nikhil sir, what's your view on the Legends match? Did they take moral high ground when their intention was to play? One of Indian team owner is from Pak itself. Shubham, I don't know the intention of how it got called off from the players. That I think the players are the best to tell you. I don't know whether they intended to play and they pulled out last moment. I do not know all those things, quite frankly. But my point is, in the current scenario, if the players have taken a decision to pull out because of what is happening, then I think they have all the right to do that. And I think at the end of the day, the right call was taken because I don't think the environment and the situation at the moment is great to have had an India-Pakistan game. This is not even an ICC tournament where sometimes you don't even have an option to pull out. You know, when there's an ICC tournament, we discuss now what happens if India refuses to play, you'll miss out and then you can't play the semis or you can't play the final. Then, because that's an ICC tournament, so you can't decide by a bilateral, you're not playing, that's a decision you can take, you're doing it. But here, this was a Legends League tournament that does not impact your role in the tournament as such. So if the players are not comfortable, they have all the right not to play. So I think at the end it was the right call.
Rohan Verma, I think, has a comment that any spillover effect on Asia Cup, given what happened with the WCL match. Yes, that was a private tournament, but still, if outrage happens again.
See, I mean, whatever little I know about what Asia Cup is, I don't see there being any indication from the BCCI not to play the Asia Cup. Now, remember, there were a few former players, including Mr. Gavaskar, who was on Sports Today, who said that you should not participate in Asia Cup and have a different tournament. That was his opinion. None of that has really come from BCCI. Now the thing is, they are going to be having a meeting in Dhaka, which BCCI has said that they will not go to that meeting in Dhaka unless a venue is changed, which is fair. So at least you know a clear stance from the BCCI when it comes to the meeting. Unfortunately, we've not heard a clear stance from the BCCI about participating in Asia Cup or not. That is telling me that they're contemplating participating in the Asia Cup. That is what I can gather from what I'm hearing as of now. But we'll have to wait for an official word. As I said, if BCCI is so upfront in letting everyone know that the meeting area is not agreeable to us and we will boycott the meeting, then nothing stops them from coming out and saying that, listen, we are not playing the Asia Cup. I don't think that's come out. And that is only indicating to me that they are contemplating participating in the Asia Cup. That's all I can say at the moment.
Ashish Thar has a comment that India have chased 100 plus target only twice in SENA countries since 2003.
Yeah, it's a number that we have looked at in the past, Ashish Dhar. Yeah, it is in fact true. Ashish Dhar with another one. He's
and just to let you know, Ashish, on that front, I did dig deep and I looked at a lot of close numbers in terms of the generation before this generation. What did they do? Were they able to chase down? Did the average scores in SENA country change over the years? So maybe it was easier for the earlier generation, less for this. None of that is there. So in every parameter that I've seen, it did show that the last decade or so, India have not really chased total. Yeah. I even looked at innings defeats where India may have registered innings defeats. So you don't really get a chance to chase the total down in the fourth innings. So while defeating a team by an innings defeat is such a good thing, but it's not reflecting in your chases. So maybe India did it so often, but I looked at the previous decade and a half before that, they also had equal number of innings defeats. So they chased it down as well, plus they had the same amount of innings defeats. So under no parameter was this stat unfair to the last decade team. So if you put all of it together, there is a bit of a issue there. So the stats are not misleading, they're quite accurate in terms of what they're telling you. Because I did try to look quite deep into that.
Ashish Dhar has also shared with us his playing 11. He's gone with Dishashwi, KL Rahul, Karun Nair, Shubman Gill, Rishabh Pant, Washington Sundar. Then there's Ravindra Jadeja, Kuldeep Yadav, Jasprit Bumrah, Mohammed Siraj, and I'm guessing is it Shardul Thakur?
Yeah, Shardul Thakur.
Shardul Thakur. So maybe it's just he won't be his number 11 then. Or if he's not there, then AajTak, who then becomes his number 11. Nilesh Sharma says Rahul Jaiswal. He's also shared his 11 with us. He's gone with Rahul Jaiswal, Nair, Gill, Pant, Jurel, Jaddu, Thakur, Kamboj, Bumrah and Siraj.
Rakesh Bhushan has a comment.
So basically he's dropped a Washington Sundar from his team and added another pacer.
But Anshul Kamboj, suddenly his name is now.
No, but he's not. He's not. He's actually dropped AajTak also.
Yes.
Yeah,
like Shashwat.
Maybe that's an assumption that AajTak is not fit.
No. We went with the assumption he's fit. If he's not fit, then
he's gone with the same route that I had taken, which is have both Pant and Jurel play.
Yeah, but he's dropped Washi.
Yes, he's dropped.
And he's dropped AajTak.
Yes. Rakesh Bhushan sharing his thoughts as well. He says that we see in IPL Indian players with bigger injury continue playing here. In test matches, all find a chance to rest. Workload management and all comes into the picture. Australian and English give test matches much more importance and continue their legacy.
I think it's a bit unfair though, Rakesh, because look at Rishabh Pant. He was hurt as well and yet he played that test match, batted. and he's now ready to keep as what we're seeing the visual. So I
think what
it's
he's trying to
unfair
say is
drop.
because there's been
Yes,
past precedent of, let's say, Stokes in the Ashes here pulling out, a Stark pulling out, and we've not seen that.
See, for them it's still a foreign tournament.
tournament,
IPL.
exactly.
It's
That's
a
the
home
difference,
tournament for
yes.
Indian players. How is it that they miss out? And you're talking about workload. Look at Siraj. That's why I said he came and spoke about it. Have you seen any lack of effort from a Siraj, that he puts more effort in IPL but not for the Indian team? I think he's putting in the same amount of effort.
Rakesh Bhushan has another comment that Peterson tweeted Sarfaraz's pick of losing weight and asked it to be shared with Prithvi Shaw. Nikhil, what's the future of Sarfaraz? Why there is no
Did
strong...
he?
Yes.
Yeah, did.
So
He said that Prithvi Shaw should be taking inspiration.
Why there is no strong voice being raised for his inclusion? Is he a casualty of possibly leaking news?
Can I also have
But he
Shashwat's
didn't-
thoughts on this besides yours, since Rakesh
he can
has
start.
asked?
Yeah.
What thoughts? No, you start, sir.
No, go on.
We've gone about this quite a few times. Firstly, leaking the news thing wasn't even confirmed. It was just a report-based thing that the name has.
No, that is true. It
like
was said in the meeting.
No, it was said in. Yeah, that's what I mean. It was said in the meeting that he's leaking the news. But did he leak the news or not? That is not
that I
confirmed. It was just.
No, but my point is whether that's confirmed or not. But let's say in the mind of the management, if that exists, then what do you do? I'm not saying that what he did was true or not. So there has to be two ways. So if, let's say, four of us are deciding the future of somebody and we think that he's leaked the news, then there are two ways. Either we do a investigation on that. We'll find out whether it's done or not. Or we don't and we believe in what we know, and then we'll keep punishing the person if we've not investigated. So we don't know. But my point is this, that he's leaked the news or not is not something that we know or we can confirm. But there is a thought that exists within the management that he has leaked the news is true. Whether that's right or wrong is another thing.
No, but my only point is that if you're taking a call on a player's career like this, then it's better to investigate and find out who has done it. If you have to take such strict action against a player that he will be dropped from the team altogether and will never be in consideration for the Indian Test team, even though you're undergoing a transition and you don't have batters to play in your 11, then it's better to go and investigate it properly. That if you have to take such a strong action, if you don't have to take such a strong action, then just on the basis of rumors, that should not be the case. Because, and not just, I'm not even saying rumors, there were 48 people, if I'm not wrong, during BJT in that Indian dressing room who were traveling with the team. It could have been anyone. Firstly, if it's become such a big news that things are being leaked, that means the things that were being leaked were not false. In a way, they were true, because don't remember anybody from the BCCI.
No, but that
or
is a
Gautam
part.
Gambhir.
Whether it's, I'm not saying that he did, but just on your point about whether the things are true or not, still I don't think any team will accept the fact that things are being leaked, whether they're true or not. Look at the person who tweeted about it. His example, what he was doing was also factually correct when he was sending SMSs to the opposition team. But the problem, why was he dropped, is because you can't be doing that. So to your point that what he was saying, things may have been true, if whoever is leaking, that any team will not take it lightly that you've leaked stuff which may be true. So that can't
It's
be a
happened in the
justification.
past also where
So
players
that can't be a justification.
in the Indian team also
yeah,
there
but
are
you said
players
that
who have-
what he was saying, that is true only. So but that doesn't justify it.
it doesn't justify it. Clearly doesn't justify. But all I'm trying to say is that if you're taking such a big call on somebody, or I'm assuming that he's been dropped because of that reason. And personally, I don't see any other reason, because he's scoring runs. He got that 100 in this tour, in the India A tour also. BJT, he did not play any game. So if you're taking a call on that, firstly it should
Not a
be
strong enough reason, though.
No.
I'm saying if the results are so strong,
I'm saying,
and
yeah,
it's
it is. I'm
unproven,
saying if
and it's unproven,
if it's proven,
It doesn't.
then I'm okay.
I think I'm not saying for me it is a strong enough reason, or you, but I know how BCCI functions, and for them it's a strong enough reason to, and they've done it in the past as well.
It should be.
I mean,
It should
like
be,
he's
because at
saying,
the end
there
of
is
the-
no visible reason for him to be out of this.
I'm saying that if
other than that,
see, if it's proven, then I'm nothing against the BCCI or the Indian cricket team. He should be reprimanded and he should not be playing for the Indian team. That's totally fine. But first, it should be proven. Now that you're taking such a big stand on him, and there is no other reason that why he's been dropped, then you should make it prove that he's the one who's been leaking the news. And there's no compulsion that the thing should be openly discussed or disclosed later that it was Sarfaraz Khan. Internally, internally only that committee should sit and they should make a final decision and then drop him forever then. But otherwise there is no reason to drop him, and I clearly can't add up things that why would have he been dropped. Maybe Nikhil sir knows more about that.
No, I just told him.
Did you think that he's been...
No, there is no other reason, no? Why is he
Apart from that.
100%. Why else is being overlooked? There is no cricketing reason. No?
Yeah, ideally
Cricketing reason in some way has been suggested, right? That there is that belief that, you know, those bouncy surfaces in Australia.
But in England there was not going to be bouncy.
If that was
the swinging ball as well.
No, but if that was a thing, you wouldn't send him for India 8 over to England. No?
And also
there he gets runs also.
In tough Bengaluru conditions, he did score 100.
Yeah. So I'm just saying that, so there can be doubts over a lot of people, but you still get a chance. There has to be something
it's been
beyond.
a very piecemeal sort of an approach. Okay, 8 over you take, main squad you won't make it.
So that answers your question.
And he lost weight also.
Everything. So it has to be something beyond cricket. I'm not saying that's right or wrong. And if you are neglecting someone for non-cricketing reasons, which does seem like that's the case, then I think you really need to have concrete proof of that happening before taking a call.
But I'm saying if for leaking the news, you're ready to let go of a player. Firstly, when it's not even proven. Second, the only thing other than that is that then there were players, as per those reports, that there were players in the dressing room who already started to assume that they are the next people in charge of this test team. Then all of that just clearly shows the atmosphere of the test team.
Yeah, but then that's a different thing. Now, if you think you are the next big thing or whatever, that is not something that is contrary to the commandments by which a team is governed. That's not that. If I'm a bit snooty and have personal ambition, that cannot be a reason enough for me. But yeah, if we made a plan to do something, this is how I will be preparing for this series, and I leak that document to an opposition network and I tell what we're doing, that can be a reason for me to be looked at. But yeah, if I'm very snooty in the office and I think I'm the best sports guy here and whatever, that can't be a reason for me to be let go. That they'll say, he's very cocky, he's this.
Until and unless it's proven. See, we remember there being this unsavory instance where an Indian cricketer was involved with a journalist, and we saw that the BCCI took a very strong stance in that case. Till the point this is not proven, you cannot go on and make these decisions basis.
No, but this has happened in the past also.
That was a separate case for which there was an inquiry.
Yeah.
I don't think this is something that.
But if a call is being taken,
there's a team.
What stops an inquiry? If there is this belief that there is a mole in the team, what is it that I do? I try and rectify and I try to get to the bottom of it.
Maybe they did their own. See, these are, as I said, this is such a matter that you won't ever get the details. Maybe they did their due diligence.
But there have been details in the past where a player who's very well in the team as of now also.
And we saw that press conference. Sorry to cut you short, Shashwat. What are we told when such questions are being asked in the press conference? 17 players.
Nobody's even asking about Sarfaraz. That's a little surprising. And then the reason should be given clearly.
Those things are never mentioned in press conference. Who will ever tell you?
That is true. But there have been instances in the past where there are players in this very team also who are travelling to England who have leaked things in the past and then not included in the 11 for a very, very long time.
And also got to understand the nature of the leaks that have happened.
That leak was also
casual about real team atmosphere in terms of who's been reprimanded, who's being dropped, when was there an argument. Those are very different kind of things. Then leaking something like who's going out for dinner with whom,
who's sitting in the
whatever. These are minor
official events and all of that.
Yeah, that's not. You got to understand a team culture and how different things are looked at. As I said, if I was to tell something about that to a rival channel about us eating every day after a thing, we order biryani and we all have a party, if I leak that's not anything sensitive. But if I was to leak as how we are planning the coverage of this and
that'll be
details, then that leak is going to be looked at differently. That's my point.
The first half would be a gossip rather than a leak.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
For that also you don't pick players then, if gossip is also leaked.
That little bit can be,
little bit, so such a long time that person
Yeah,
did
but
not
depends.
get an
Like, if I'm your
opportunity.
boss and you're leaking it to somebody about something that I don't want, that not allowed to eat in the studio, but I'm eating every day. You leak someone, but if you leak that, then if I'm reprimanded for it, it's a minor thing. I may not be very fine to you. For a month.
So, but you won't drop me only
I mean,
altogether
for a
forever
month
and ever.
For 1 month you may go through tough time, but it's a minor thing. No, it's a minor thing. After 1 month you'll be forgiven. Vis-a-vis, you actually telling some trade secrets of how we work or whatever. That if we find out, then I won't be upset with you for 1 month. Then you'll be given a letter saying thank you very much. Don't come. Just trying to make a distinction between two things.
Okay, Rakesh Bhushan has another comment that this Indian team management.
I'm not surprised there's no follow-up question now.
Yeah, because I broke it down in simple.
Yeah, no, it was very clear.
Okay, take two. Rakesh Bhushan has another comment. This Indian management does not give importance to domestic, nor they are interested to play side games in between test matches, but they select teams based on performance in nets. Who monitors that net performance, and why are they being so adamant on the net sessions?
Well, Rakesh, where you are in an environment where everything is being looked at with workload management and how much off time, and it's not just with bowlers, with batters as well. You need resting time, R&R. You're in that phase. Like Europe's got 3-day working week. They're planning from 5 to 4 to now 3. So I think you're in that phase. In that phase, where are you going to have a practice game now? No chance.
And team anyways does not really like practice games. The
Before the tour, they don't start.
Intra-squad games, that too behind closed doors. Nobody's allowed in those closed door events. Like, I don't know what they're training, what they're planning, preparing. That it's behind closed doors. Or maybe
there could be something.
it is also maybe the race for, at the end of the day, at night it's the BCCI who puts the visuals of that practice match and lets everybody knows what exactly happened there. Maybe they don't want journalists and everybody to
sometimes
release it before they want.
I don't know.
Because viewerships, numbers, all of those things also matter.
No idea. But I mean, sometimes you do practice behind closed doors.
Sometimes you cover stadiums also that nobody
Which is valid.
Dano says winning series is more important than one game wonder career. Is he talking about
Karun Nair.
Karun, Akashdeep, who's he talking about?
Akashdeep has had multiple match-winning performances. I think it's Karun Nair. Yeah.
Okay. Ashish Dhar with another one says, should the BCCI share evidence of injury with the press?
That I agree, but information is also always very thin and rare to come by. There's not clarity. Most other nations exactly put it out, tried that. Here, first leaks happen and it's reported in the press. Then 1 day later, or sometimes 2 days, someday 5 days later, you get a press.
We had that story from Rahul
that's a
yesterday. And when did we get that email? This morning. So the BCCI, the one word it doesn't like besides explanation is transparency.
Yeah.
Waqt ki baat hai as a comment that Sarfaraz, despite being the Bradman of domestic cricket, could not play spin on turners against New Zealand except the second innings in Bengaluru, where even Rohit and Kohli scored. So how can we trust them that he can score away against pace and bounce? So in case of Sarfaraz Khan, I think you're talking about the turners that you had in the second and third matches of New Zealand. I think no Indian batter
got you runs.
No Indian batter, got you those runs. I think there was some intent that was shown by Rishabh Pant at max.
And in Indian conditions,
to Bangalore.
Yeah.
In England, he made his debut there and got runs. I think he had a 50 everywhere. Okay, shall we wind up?
Yeah, it's been a long chat.
Anything you
We
want to add?
reconvene same time tomorrow.
Anything you want to add? Anything?
I
Anybody?
want, to see banana swing in Manchester. Really
Actually, even I want to see. It's fun, swinging conditions.
For some
Low
reason,
scoring game, but it
for
won't
some
happen.
reason, I want to see a 3 or a 4 day test match.
But it won't happen.
Yeah.
Because it's a good pitch to bat on.
And
there'll
then
be
shave
no
off the grass also.
Yeah, there'll be no grass.
But do you think that the cloud cover would help?
It does. In the air, but it's not a pitch where it seems a lot as well.
No, but I have a little fear for all of us and those joining us right now. Looking at the weather prediction, It looks like it's going to drag all the way to the fifth day,
And
we
it'll
may
rain out.
not have a result as well
Yeah, yeah.
because of the number of rain interruptions that I can foresee as things.
Day 1, day 5 is expected to rain, right?
Day two also a bit,
Day two
yeah.
as well.
Oh,
A shade over 50% or something like that.
Anything but rain, yeah.
So that stops.
Still fine with a 3-day test match.
No, I would love
Yeah.
it, but provided no rain, no full out and
Yeah.
out seaming conditions, swinging conditions, fun. Different way of watching a test match, great fun. But won't happen.
Sure.
Tomorrow, we will do a full-fledged preview,
Mega preview.
discussing.
We're going to start tomorrow's Q&A with your question. Just a little short of time at the moment, so we're
Well,
going to
you can
wind
take
things
it
up.
quickly. What is he saying? Why does India shy away from unleashing debutants, unlike opposition who have time and time again troubled you with the same? But sure, they do it when they have no option left. Man. They never supersede a player and begin. Once somebody is, not there. For example, there has been so much call of bringing in that youngster, played in the IPL as well instead of Pope.
Bethel.
But they have not succumbed to it. They said no, we'll stick with Pope.
Pope's in fact the vice captain.
That's what I'm saying. They've stuck to their team. Crawley has been playing. They're not going with any young
Calling
guy.
him the luckiest man in the
So
English
they,
team.
in fact, are more conservative than us. We still give chances, but I don't think other teams do. See you tomorrow, 6:30. We're going to be live with a big preview to Manchester. That's where we'll discuss conditions as well as how the teams are preparing. We'll have a clearer picture as well. We'll look at some past records. What is it that India needs to do to win? All of that.
Hopefully get you images of the pitch as well.
Yeah.
No England test match is complete without, or the build-up is complete without deliberating.
No
much.
test match. What England? India, you also show
Swastika.
swastik and see you guys. Bye. Take care. Give us a like on the video, please. Would mean a lot, and share it with your friends.
Yeah, it's good night, Nandri, Shubhratri, Shabba Khair, eat your vegetables.
Don't
and
trouble your mother.
from all of us here. Bye-bye.